All right, you guys ready for this insanity? Buckle up, because we're going through it. Embattled and disgraced, and now forever the shame of New York's 3rd Congressional District, George Santos has been expelled today from the House of Representatives. Let's review the vote real quick.
On this vote, the yeas are 311, the nays are 114, with 2 recorded as present. 2/3 voting in the affirmative, the resolution is adopted, and a motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
George Santos is only one of 6 people who have ever been expelled. And that is quite an impressive feat, because as you can see from this list here, most people who've been expelled from Congress got expelled for disloyalty to the Union and fighting for the Confederacy in the 1800s. I mean, you gotta want that, right? Like, you have to be a full-ass fucking traitor to these United States of America, or a crook whose crimes are so over the top that even all the other corrupt criminals in Congress are like, guys, he's making us look bad. Although, as a side note, to be fair, all the traitors who voted to overturn the election in 2021, they should have been expelled from Congress, but apparently trying to participate in a coup is not enough to get you expelled. This indictment actually made me think of someone who wasn't expelled from Congress, but also got indicted for misusing campaign funds. And that's this 90s rom-com extra. Anyone remember him? Former Republican Duncan Hunter. In a 48-page indictment released by the Justice Department, Mr. Hunter, a Republican of California, and his wife, Margaret, are charged with converting more than $250,000 in campaign funds to pay for personal expenses and filing false campaign finance records. If you're wondering what happened to him, he actually was sentenced to 11 months in prison, but he made it on Trump's corrupt guy pardon list and, just got off scot-free. What can you do? Criminal elites are gonna criminal elite. So back to Santos. A bipartisan congressional investigation last month found that Santos charged almost $4,000 for spa treatment, including Botox, to his congressional campaign account. He also spent more than $4,000 of his campaign money at the luxury retail store Hermes and made smaller purchases from OnlyFans, the online platform known for sexual content, according to the Ethics Committee. In a 23-count indictment, they accused him of inflating fundraising totals in order to draw more support from the Republican Party, laundering funds to pay for personal expenses, and charging donors credit cards without permission. 2 former campaign aides have pleaded guilty to related fraud charges. And just to go through this a little, it's not just about stealing campaign money. This guy is an out-of-control liar. Maybe with the exception of Trump, I have not seen such a compulsive, serial fabricator, pathological liar since my mom. I think that's why maybe I've got a little bit more interest in this whole George Santos saga, because George Santos could give my mom a run for her money. And that's hard. My mom is like the goat of all liars, okay? One time she sat me and all my sisters down, we were children, and told us that she had hepatitis C and was about to die and needed a liver transplant. And while we all cried and we're like, no, mommy, we're gonna lose you. It turned out she was just getting the gastric bypass. And those types of lies were a regular occurrence, okay? So he is up there. This is an impressive level of lying. He didn't just use campaign funds to go on sprees at Hermes and OnlyFans. Bro, he went on shopping sprees at fucking Sephora. He didn't just spend a bunch of money on spas and Botox, okay? He also spent a ton of money on flights, hotels, Uber, and meals, lavish trips to Atlantic City and the Hamptons. Atlantic City's not lavish, but that's besides the point. He also filed false unemployment claims. And remember what I always tell you guys, when it comes to the GOP, every accusation is a confession. Every time they're like, poor people and regular working people are abusing unemployment, people are getting paid to stay home. That's a lie. It's them doing it. And that's why they think people do it. It's just like with the non-existent voter fraud. They accuse other people of committing voter fraud, which doesn't happen because they will commit voter fraud. So here he was earning $24,000 in unemployment while he had a salary of $120,000. He's charged with allegedly stealing people's identities and making charges on his own donors' credit cards without their authorization, lying to the FEC and by extension the public about the financial state of his campaign. He lied to Congress, a lot of them do, but he did, and he lied on his disclosure forms. He reimbursed himself for loans he did not make. Oh, you think we're done? We are not done. We're talking about reimbursements of loans of $800,000. Like, what? He lied about where he went to high school and also lied about where he went to college. Santos, whose parents immigrated from Brazil, says that he attended the Horace Mann School in the Bronx during his first years of high school, but had to leave the prestigious private academy in his senior year because my parents fell on hard times. But a spokesperson for the school told CNN in December that there was no evidence he attended. Santos claimed that he graduated with a degree in economics and finance from Baruch College in 2010, which suggests that he would have made it through a 4-year program in just 2 years if he actually graduated graduated in 2008. And here it comes. But a Baruch representative told the Times that there was no record of Santos being in the class of 2010. And of course he claimed that he was a star on the Baruch volleyball team, because of course he did. He lied and said he had Jewish heritage and said that his family escaped the Nazis, only to then be caught and claim, oh, did I say Jewish? I meant Jew-ish. That's a save, I guess. He claimed that his mom died on 9/11. She wasn't even in New York. I think we have a hard time keeping up with his lies, and so does he, because he tells so many. First, he said that 9/11 claimed his mother's life because she died of cancer following the attacks. Then he claimed she was in the towers. But I'm sure you won't be surprised at this point, if you made it this far with me, that his mother wasn't even in the United States at the time. She was in Rio de Janeiro, according to records given to the Washington Post. And then there was GoFundMe Gate, where he scammed a veteran out of GoFundMe for services for his dying dog who needed surgery. Veteran claimed that Santos scammed him out of $3,000 that was intended to pay for his dying service dog's life-saving surgery. Bro, I know that my fellow white crackers, this one fucking ate us up, because you don't fuck with our dogs, bro. Nah, bitch, our dogs are like our literal children, okay? I would save a dog before I would save a child. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Just fucking around. Don't clip this and then start telling people I hate kids, okay? That feeling when the Botox is kicked in. My prediction is that he will end up on Dancing with the Stars. I do not think this is the last we'll see of George Santos. He is addicted to lying and to being in the public eye. And yes, do a lot of members deserve to be kicked out of Congress for all of their various corruption? Yeah. But the argument that doesn't hold water to me is people being like, oh, well, he hasn't been convicted yet. That's the bar? The House already did an ethics committee investigation and found all the corrupt shit that he was doing. Listen, being in Congress is a privilege. It is not a right. And you do not have to be convicted of a crime in order to be expelled. Honestly, if it were up to me, I would say let's go through and do ethics investigations on every single member. All the ones taking that dark fucking money, getting paid off by lobbyists, all that shit, kick them all out. Kick them all out. By the way, this upcoming election, all of them will be up for re-election. I say we vote all of them the fuck out. We need a clean fucking house, okay? He should be the first domino, but not the last. So George Santos is gone, friends. He is no more. Farewell, George Santos. We still don't know you. You managed to get Republicans to not vote in a single cult law. You broke glass ceilings, norms, laws. You've managed to be almost as corrupt as Trump. Anthony! Now I leave you with a clip of him, one of many classics, using identity politics as a way to martyr himself and compare himself to Rosa Parks. Yes, he compared himself to Rosa Parks.
So, no, it's not going to stay that way anymore. I'm going to call them out. You want to call me a liar? I'll call you a sellout. I mean, Mitt Romney, the man goes to the State of the Union of the United States wearing a Ukraine lapel pin, tells me, a Latino gay man, that I shouldn't sit in the front, that I should be in the back. Well, guess what? Rosa Parks couldn't sit in the back, and neither am I going to sit in the back.